In the late 60s, 70s, and 80s, in this time period, there were a bunch of different movie franchises, right, that were established and made, and that inspired entirely new types of culture and art and genres to develop, right, just based off these movie franchises, right? Like a Star Wars, the original Star Wars films. They inspired new forms of culture and art and stuff like that, and it's just insane, right? Not just Star Wars, Ridley Scott's Alien films, right? The Predator films, plenty of other different types of movie franchises that were developed, in the late 60s and then 70s and then of course 80s and entering into the 90s and 2000s era and stuff like that. There were major influential movie franchises that were established in that time period and stuff. And of course, and all of these different movie franchises, they literally inspired new forms of culture and art and genres of different things and stuff like that. And it's kind of insane. But the weird thing is, right, that we haven't had there's been nothing new like Star Wars, right? No new type of movie franchise that's been kind of currently built and made and stuff like that. That's been as inspiring as, let's just say, something like Star Wars, right? Can you think of any type of movie franchise that's been as inspiring as, let's say, Star Wars, that's inspired new forms of culture and art and genres of various different things, like Star Wars, right? I say Star Wars because if you go around the world, if you ask, any person from any part of the world about anything related to Star Wars, you're going to get like some type of reply back. That person's going to have some type of idea of what you're talking about, right? That's how influential Star Wars is. Right? Star Wars literally shook the entire world when it was like kind of made. When those original films were made for Star Wars and stuff, it inspired a new type of culture, new forms of art, and new genres of different things and stuff. And it's just insane, right? Star Wars was extremely influential, right? But there's been nothing like Star Wars that's been made, right? Literally think about it, right? Think about it. What do you know it's been as influential and inspiring as, like, let's just say something like Star Wars, right? Anything, like, name it, right? Nothing, right? I know it's because literally there's been no new movie franchise that's been kind of established that's been as inspiring and influential and has shook the entire world. It's like let's say Star Wars. It's kind of weird and bizarre, and you wonder why this isn't. Of course, a lot of people say, well, there's been tons of popular movies and stuff. Yeah, but those were just single spin-off. Like they were just like one-time things. They weren't as influential as like those, like let's say Star Wars, right? Those original Star Wars films, they create like an entire new forms of art, new types of cultures and genres and stuff, just all because of those original films, right? Any other, like, let's just, you have some type of popular movie in your head and you're going to say, oh, well, there's like this type of movie is new and stuff, and it's inspiring and influential. No, it isn't, right? I'm talking about like Star Wars, any type of movie franchise. What do I mean by movie franchise, right? Not just one single type of popular film, but a collection of films that are related to each other, right? That expand on each other's stories and stuff, that inspire like new types of cultures and genres of art and et cetera, right? Think about it. Anything like Star Wars that's been made recently, right? Of course, you can think of nothing, right? There's been nothing as influential and inspiring as, like, let's just say Star Wars that's been made recently, right? A new like collection of movies, and that expand on each other, that create like new types of cultures and genres of art, just like Star Wars. There's nothing that's been made like Star Wars. You wonder why this is, right? And you can say, well, there's a lot of different popular movies that came out here, but were they as influential as Star Wars, right? Again, that's what I'm trying to talk about, right? Think like as inspiring and influential as Star Wars, right? Think about it, right? Anything that's been as inspiring and influential, you can pick up. You can talk about any type of film that you think is popular, right? Anything, any type of movie franchise. No, I can't think of anything, right? Of course, a lot of people say, what about, like the various Marvel films and DC films and stuff? They're pretty, like, popular, right? They're also influential and stuff. Yeah, but they're, those films, they were like building off of the comic book industry and stuff like that. Something like Star Wars, completely original, right? New. It was a new type of thing that was made, right? And it was super influential and inspiring, right? Literally, you can think of nothing, right? Because there was nothing that's been like Star Wars, right? That was completely original and new, and that's inspired new forms of culture and genres of art, and etc. and etc. It's kind of, you wonder why this is, right? Why is that? Literally, you can think about anything that's been as influential and original as Star Wars that's been made recently, right? You can think of nothing, right? Because there's been nothing that's been as influential and inspiring as Star Wars that's been made recently, right? You know, of course, there's been some popular movies, but they weren't really. You have to be honest, right? They weren't that influential. Like, I'm talking about to the same level of Star Wars, right? Star Wars was literally bought, I think, by Disney and stuff. I don't know really. I'm not too sure about that. Maybe I might be wrong. But, you know, that's how influential Star Wars is, right? And you have to wonder, like, why hasn't there been anything like Star Wars that's been made recently and stuff? And you know, you can theorize, right? Maybe it's because we've just become lazy and we don't really care about films and media and stuff like that in cinema now. Clearly, that's not the case, right? Because you got a lot of different people that are creative, that are industrious and stuff, and they have their own ideas about things and they want to get these ideas out into the world, right? But why aren't they becoming successful in making these new movie franchises, right? These new movie franchises that would be as inspiring as Star Wars. I can literally think of nothing, right, that's been as influential and inspiring as Star Wars that's been made recently, right? All the movies that are coming out now are not really that great. They're not really that inspiring. Right? They're not creating new types of culture and forms of art and genres of art. And you can wonder why this is and stuff. Really, like, it's extremely hard to think about why this would be, right? Because, you know, like camera equipment and stuff like that, you know, it's a lot easier to make high quality movies now because, you know, our technology has drastically improved and stuff. You know, there's been no new type of movie franchise that's been established that's been as popular as Star Wars, and this is kind of a major conundrum, right? I mean, it's extremely weird and stuff. Think about it, really, honestly, think about it, right? Anything that's been as influential and let's just say inspiring as like Star Wars, right? Think about it, anything new that's been completely original, right? That's been as influential and inspiring as Star Wars. You can think of literally nothing, right? Because there's been nothing new and original like that was like as inspiring and influential as Star Wars. No new movie franchise. It's kind of weird and stuff. I wonder why this is, right? You know, think really think about it. It's going to be very freaky when you think about it, right?